Hey everybody, it's Kristy from OK Keto. Kind of wanted to talk to you today about how I do keto, how I track my macros. Some people don't track macros. When I first started, the first 3 or 4 weeks, I did not. I'm more focused on staying away from the carbs, the sugar, and I did it that way for, like I said, probably first 3 weeks. Then once I got my body adjusted to eating the keto lifestyle, I went ahead and calculated my macros. I found that was the easiest way for me to do it, and my brother doesn't even calculate his, he doesn't track his macros, is what I should say. He does calculate, he doesn't track. But anyways, this is how I do it. I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I started keto on February 11th, 2019. I weighed in at, let me see, 183.6 on February 11th. Today I weighed in at, let me make sure I get it right, 161.8. I am almost 5'8". I am 39 years old. I am doing it mainly for health reasons, but the weight as well. So I do like to see that number drop. I do track my macros, and the way I do it is I bought on clearance a planner, and I write down everything. I'm old school. I write down everything I eat and the calories beside it, and also the carbs, the fat, and the protein. Write it down in my little book. They have plenty of apps that you can download and use that will do that for you. You just punch in and it will track it all for you. A lot of people go that way. I'm just not. I'd rather write it down, go back and see it in physical form, where I can see it right then and there on paper. I'm just, call me old. That's the way I like to do it, and that's what works for me. Also, when we first started, to stay on, we're really competitive people. So our little competition we got going on with each other is we picked how many pounds our goal weight was to lose at first. And then we made a cork board, and we both, my husband and I, have a cork board. And then we started out, each pin represented a pound. And of course, as we lost a pound, we got to move one of our pins to the lost category. We weigh in usually on Saturday or Sunday. It used to be Sundays, now we've switched it to Saturdays because it just works better with schedules. So then, you know, we get to see if we get to move a pin, and we kind of get competitive, see how many pins someone got to move that week, and give bragging rights for the week, and kind of rub it in each other's face. Just to be friendly, we're rooting for each other no matter what, and we love each other no matter what, if we get to move pins or not. So that's another way we do it. Now, I did calculate my macros, and when I did go finally after about 3 weeks to find a calculator for my macros, there's plenty out there you could use. Mine came to 1,301 calories a day, 103 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, and 74 grams of protein. This is where I'm a little different. I use my protein, which is 74 grams of protein, as a target. A lot of people use their fat as a target. I use mine as a limit. So I personally don't want to go above 103 grams of fat. I do try to hit that if I can. If I fall short, I don't beat myself up about it. But I do try to get my 74 grams of protein, and I always try to keep my carbs. And when I say carbs and I say 20 grams of carbs, I'm talking about net carbs. I'm not talking about total carbs. And the way you get your net carbs is if you say something has dietary fiber and sugar alcohol. You can subtract your dietary fiber and your sugar alcohol from the total carbs, from carbs to get the total carbs. That's how you find out what your net carb is. Some people are really strict and they go by total carbs, no matter if it's sugar, alcohol, or dietary fiber. I don't don't count sugar, alcohol, and dietary fiber as a carb, so I subtract that from the total carbs to get my net carbs. There's a lot of reasons why people do both. I choose net carbs. That's what works for me. As you can see, according to my cork board, I'm 6 pounds away from my original goal of 155. And I think when I get there, I'm gonna push the goalpost back a little bit more, because I know where my body sits the most comfortable at. Like I said, I'm almost 5'8". I don't like to be too thin, but I do like to be around I love being at the 147, 148 range. Once I get there, I'm going to incorporate more weightlifting. Right now, I do a lot of cardio, but I am going to get back into weightlifting. I enjoyed it, and I want to build more muscle. That's also why I always try to hit my protein and use my fat as my limit. Now, medication. I'm not on any, the only medication I take is I take a baby aspirin because I have stents in my veins, in my legs, to help keep the blood flowing because I've had a blood clotting disorder. And I take a iron pill and a B12 pill. That's the only medicine I'm on. And I would like to keep it that way. All those things you can get over the counter and without a prescription. So that's why I'm also living the keto lifestyle. Keep meds away as far as possible, especially as I get older. I do drink a lot of Gatorade Zero or Powerade Zero for my electrolytes. Electrolytes are very, very, very important. And because I'm not afraid of salt. I eat a lot of salt. Good salt, not your iodine salt, regular table salt. We're talking about Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. I also, like I said, drink the Gatorade Zero and the Powerade Zero for my electrolytes. And because I do that and incorporate that, I've never suffered from the keto flu that some people do get when they first start this, because you need the electrolytes. Your body does drop a lot of water when you first start, and you will be depleted. So you will feel like you've gotten hit by a truck if you do not incorporate electrolytes. So I avoided the keto flu as well as my husband. We've never suffered from it. Thank God. So if there's any questions you have, please ask. I would love to help you if I can. If there's anything else you would like to know about me that I haven't explained yet, or how I do something, please let me know. And I hope to see you around soon. If you like this, if you'd like to still follow us on our journey, myself, I live in Oklahoma. My brother, who's also doing it, lives in Ohio. You're going to see two different perspectives on it. Please hit the like and subscribe button and the bell to get notified whenever we upload a video. And I think as more and more time goes, we'll get better at this. We'll make better quality videos. We'll get better equipment to do it with. I'm a total noob. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm using very old stuff that was passed to me because I never really cared about technology like that. And now that I'm doing this and finding it to be an inspiration, I'm going to invest in learning in more technology and how to work equipment and how to better myself all the way around. So I look forward to taking this journey with you. See you again later.